and welcome to today's live stream. What did he say? Yes, I'm doing a live stream. I've downloaded Streamlabs OBS and I'm going to give it a old college try right now. It is Big Polly's World of Sports Sims. That's the channel you are watching right now on Friday afternoon, April 30th at 4:19 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And right now we are about to do a live unboxing of Action PC Football 2021, which came out 2 days ago. It was, believe it was supposed to have come out yesterday in kind of commemoration with the NFL draft, but Dave Koch Sports released it earlier. I got it 6:12 p.m. Wednesday, and I've been monkeying around with it ever since. And hello there, everybody. And I am Big Polly coming to you. Welcome to the live stream. As I was just saying, I have downloaded OBS, the Streamlabs OBS, and I'm using the free version of it because this is basically all I need is to use the free version of it. I'm not a gamer. I'm not playing Fortnite on this channel, so I'm just gonna keep on keeping on here and using Streamlabs OBS. I was experimenting with it for a few hours before I went live, and it is actually it's a little better than OBS is. So we're going to look at Action PC Football 2021, as I have been saying, point out a few things that'll probably get fixed with future patches, and we're going to play a little exhibition here from 1979. And I'll explain the exhibition in greater detail when we get to that point. So let me show you what I have been doing. As you know, I do the HTFL. I did the first season of the HTFL, so about a year ago, and we're going to do season number 2 in conjunction with the 2021 NFL season, which begins right after Labor Day, or thereabouts. So actually, I don't know when it's going to start because of the 17-game season. But I think they'll just push the Super Bowl a little farther back into February. So anybody in chat right now, just wave, give me a hello, because on the Streamlabs OBS I have a chat feature, and I should not be using Top Chat. I should be using the live chat. There we go. So if anybody is seeing this, give me a yell. This was unannounced. I knew I was going to be doing this yesterday because I mentioned it on Al Red Sox fans chat. We had a draft chat with Rob and with Anthony of Bleacher Bums Gaming. Gotta say that real slow and it'll work. And we covered the entire NFL draft, speculated on who would get picked, and of course, as I am doing this tonight, they're going to be doing parts 2 and 3 of the rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft. So what I decided to do, I already had set up HTFL for the 2021 season, and then they said, Dave Koch Sports was saying in the previews, that they were going to allow 100-man rosters. And that pretty much killed, made me had to rework the plan because Las Vegas would have to give up some of its talent back to the teams if we were going to have 100-man rosters. Right now, and I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but I'm going to give you this disclaimer with caution and warning lights all around. I'm recording this April 30th, 2021, and I just got the first service update from DKSports.com. And the problem I have been having is this. Let's go into the roster screen. The roster screen has been totally reworked, and every day I'm filling in one of these teams, and we're going to have 32 teams before this is over. And I'll show you Arizona. Okay, you just click on Arizona, and like I said, the screens have been totally reworked. There's Arizona. And did I set the model? I didn't set the logos up for Jacksonville. I'll do that for you right now. So let me see if I can set up a Jacksonville. There we go. Just assign that logo. See, I'm not really big in terms of logos. I do set up the player photos, but that's about all I do. I'm not big into setting up fields, although you can. I'll show you right now how you could do that. You go to this graphic screen and you go to horizontal fields. Okay, vertical fields is another thing. I know a lot of people don't like the vertical fields. I can live with it. I can live without it. And you want to look for the JPG files, the JPEG, that begin with H, lower letter H. And what you want to do is you want to go H, Jacksonville. And you put that in and you click Assign the Field. Then you go down to this middle one, which is Rainy Field, and it does rain sometimes in good old Jacksonville, Florida. Nope, that is Houston's. That is Houston's, my fault. I've got Jacksonville's in there now. And, even on a little bit of occasion, because they're in North Florida, it snows in Jacksonville. More than it does here in Tampa, and a lot more than it does in Miami. But you got to have a really odd set of weather conditions for that to happen. So I click Assign Field. And that does it. I'm just going to check one of my properties real fast. Yeah, I'm using my Logitech. I just thought of that. I just thought of that. Check my microphone and see if it was working. Because when I did my first chat with Al, it was picking up the microphone on my webcam, and I wanted to pick up the headset because that's much better. So you click OK. But here is the thing I want to show you. You go to Player, and you first off, I'm going to show you how this hasn't been fixed yet. And by the time you see this video, if you're seeing this video June, July, August, they'll probably have it fixed by then. And I go Draft Players. Now I'm using the historical collection. So it takes a little bit of time, as you're going to see here, for the draft screen to come up. And I'll just come back on camera and talk to you for a minute while that's happening. It takes maybe about a minute and a half, because in most seasons you get with Action PC Football, you're talking about 32 teams and maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,600 players, as you see me look nervously at the white screen of hold here. With the historical set, you're getting probably close to 15,000 players, if not more. Every player that has played in the NFL going back to 1940 and forward. That's a lot of players. So, you got Sammy Baugh in here. You got all the great players. And then I'll show you what the problem is. And like I said, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. It's a great game. I've been playing this game since 2009, and I have every season going back to 1956. So I don't want to make a big deal out of it. 1956 inclusive to 2020, and I have a few seasons prior to 56. So this is going to come up in a moment, as you can see here. Also gives me some practice on the screen using this Streamlabs OBS. Hello. So we'll have it for you in a moment. Hello to anybody in live chat right now. I know I started way too early, but I also know that there are a lot of streamers that'll be going on later on tonight, and I just wanted to do this early and get it out of the way so I could go watch them. Oh, I'm not on the right screen. Now I am. Okay, so we go to original team down here in the bottom center, and I type in J. No, I typed in an H because I can't see the keyboard all that well. J. And it'll take a moment for the database to go through all the players with the Jacksonville. In fact, you don't even have to type in any more letters. You have Jacksonville. Now, I have already picked 75 players for the Jacksonville team. In fact, there is a way where you can pick free agents and you can get that list up to 100. But if I go down here to salary, and I want to pick Reggie Williams as the 76th player. Actually, this would be like we'll go with a safety because it's it's the 79th player because I've been experimenting with this. You hit draft, and you get a message that says the team is full, or all 75 roster slots may have been used during the season. The only problem is I have set this up for 100 slots to be open. So now, there is a way around it presently, and I'm going to show you that. You could go to the roster screen, HTFL 2021, and I've already set up the divisions, and I'm going to be filling in these teams. Hey, I got a long way to go before the HTFL season starts, so I could like do one team a day. And you could go to free agents, and I could pick Deke Cooper for Jacksonville, and it'll take him. But if I try to pick Reggie Williams, I try to pick a second player, I get the same box again. Okay, now let me show you how I have set up this league, and then we'll get into our exhibition game. And of course, the phone rings while I'm live, and it says spam risk on it, so I'm just going to leave that alone. I had somebody call me claiming to be from Amazon, and they said, "Oh, somebody bought cards for $200 on your card." I said, "Really?" Because I was looking right at the orders. I was looking right at the orders when they called. I was like, "Really? Come on, guys, get a better scam." So where was I exactly? Oh yes. Now you go to tools. You could go to tools, and you could check the box. It says set rosters to league limit 100 players. You could perform the task, and it's giving me a little boo boo boo, asking me, "Do I really want to do this?" And I go, "Yes." And it says completed. Now, just for defecations and giggles, I'm going to go back to Jacksonville, and I'm going to try to draft another player. And you just saw me go to tools and go to 100 players. I have set up the rules so each team can have 100 players. But I just want to show you this, and I got to think some of you out there are seeing the same thing. But I just wanted to show it to you all. And it's probably, like I said, it's probably something that's going to be fixed relatively soon. They do a lot of service updates before football season in real time begins. And not everybody like me does historical football. So, if you want to replay the 1976 season, it's probably not going to come into play. I don't first off, for 100 players, you got to have numbers for 100 players, 0 to 99. But with the historical, it's a little different. So again, we are waiting with bated breath. I'll point out to you all right now that I'm going to do Glory Days boxing tomorrow. I got a welterweight fight. Carmen Basilio and Barney Ross will be the combatants, and we're going to try to do that live too, because with OBS Streamlabs, I keep calling it OBS Streamlabs, it's Streamlabs OBS. It makes it a lot more easy to do things live because you could see the chat. You don't have to do the pop-up on YouTube and get the chat going that way. It's right here on good old OBS Streamlabs. So, refresh chat, top chat. No, I don't want top chat. I want live chat, just in case anybody says hi to me. I could see it. So I'm hoping this works, so I could see the chat. But I've done chats 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon before, and I haven't been able to get people to visit. But it will still be there for posterity, and some of you will see it. Now, knowing that I have just tried to set up the roster limit to 100, I'm going to try to get Reggie Williams again. Bonk! The team is full, or all 75 roster slots have been used during the season. Now, let me show you something else I have done here, and I've already done it. You go to Setup. Actually, no, I did this wrong. It's going to be Rules. It's going to be Rules that I need to do. And then we'll get to our game. We're going to do a kind of a playoff bowl that never happened. And you go to Rules, you go to Structure. Roster limit, 100. So I've already set this up. And you could enforce the roster limit, you could not. It still gets stuck at 75. So I just wanted to show you that and alert all of you to it as you see the game go through some gyrations. But let's do our exhibition game, which we're going to go back to As the Smashing Pumpkins said a few years ago, 1979. And a lot of you know that I'm a Bucks fan. So we're going to do a kind of like a playoff bowl between the conference runner-ups. And in 1979, that would have been Tampa Bay because they were 9 points away from going to the Super Bowl that year. They lost to the Rams in a very tough game, very defensive game, 9-zip. So Tampa Bay will travel to the Houston Oilers, and they're going to play Houston at the Astrodome, and this is going to be kind of like the old Burt Bell playoff bowl. Have the runners-up from 79 doing battle. So let's set this game up. We're going to hit play. It's indoors at the Astrodome, so I don't have to worry about the weather. And here you go. And 46 players. Maximum is 45. I'll have the computer set up the roster. Ready. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. And a pleasant good day to you. This is Big Paulie coming to you from the Houston Astrodome, Tampa Bay and Houston. John McKay against Bum Phillips. Doug Williams against Dan Pastorini. Now, there were some things that are different with Action PC Football. The first thing being the coin toss, which has now been incorporated into what happens just before kickoff. So I'm going to flip the coin. Tampa Bay wins the toss. They will receive. And I am going to return it. Now, Action PC Football 2021 offers you the wider screen or the bigger screen, and I turned that off when I first played that game. I want it to look like Action PC Football 2020, and I'll go through some of the differences between 2020 and 2021 that I saw. So it's the kickoff, and we're underway. The return man for Tampa Bay, which is Ragsdale, takes it to the 33. So Tampa Bay will set up shop, 1st and 10 from there. And I need to fix a couple of things. No, actually, no, I did fix a few things initially when I played this game on Wednesday night. You got Bell and Davis, your running backs. Hagens and Owens are your wideouts. Giles, the tight end. Doug Williams at quarterback the line. Hannah, Roberts, Wilson, Horton, and Rivas. And on my first play, and 1979 setting, so you can't use... you can fix this in your setup if you really want to do it. Is you can't use 4 wideout and 5 wideout formations because in 1970 that was not very frequently done. So we'll go trap to Ricky Bell. Tampa Bay is in the white uniforms, the creamsicles, because they are the road team, and Houston in their Love You Blue. So Houston's defense, Bethea, Doris, and Culp, a front 3, because they run a 3-4. Brazel, Bingham, Hurt, Hunt, and Washington, the 4 linebackers, as opposed to the usual 3 you see these days. And it's Wilson, Stemrick, Reinfeldt, Perry, your defensive backfield. And let's give it to Johnny Davis on second down in the yard. You see a lot more running in this game than you do in modern day football because back in 1979, the late 70s, running was the order of the day, and only occasionally did you throw. So Tampa Bay picked up the first down. They have it now at their own 48. I'm going to have Davis block for Bell, try to spring him here for a sizable gain. And Bell kind of stuffed at the line, but he broke a tackle, got 3 yards. Stemrick making the tackle for the Houston Oilers. 2nd and 7, 13:22. We have just begun if you are just tuning into this stream live. I am Big Paulie. Yes, we're doing a live stream. I'm not doing tape today. It's quicker, and with Streamlabs OBS, which is what I'm using, it's easier. So Tampa Bay, wondering what to do here on second down. I'm going to go. See, Williams is not a very accurate quarterback this season. We'll go Davis. Davis picks up a yard, tackled by Hunt at the 48 of Houston. So Tampa Bay now into Houston territory, and now they will throw on 3rd and 6. We'll put a man in motion. Now, when you get this game initially, they have it set up to pause when the quarterback is passing or when there's the transfer to the running back. I don't set it up that way because it reminds me of the Roadrunner cartoons where at the start of the cartoon they pause, this is the Roadrunner, and they'll show you Wile E. Coyote, and this is Wile E. Coyote. Well, if you had seen the cartoons before, you would have known that. So I just don't like using that. But that's just me. Everybody should play the games the way they want, as Al often says, Al Red Sox fan. So on 3rd and 6, we're going to go Jimmy Giles, short hitch. And Houston is playing a 3-3 short and tight, but I think we are in the right formation. Anywho, man in motion. It's thrown. It's picked off by Wilson. And J.C. Wilson gives Houston decent field position at the 35. So we'll set Houston's lineup, and they are no slouches offensively, led by Earl Campbell. And Carpenter in there's a blocking back. It's Burrow, Renfro, the 2 wide receivers. Barber is the tight end. Pastorini at quarterback, Dante Pastorini. Gray, the outstanding tackle for Houston. And then Fisher, Mock, Heyman, and Towns. And we'll set, I'm going to play computer, CPU for the most part for Tampa Bay, although I do have carte blanche to call a few plays here for them. 1st and 10 at the 35. Let's see what Houston does. The give is to Campbell, and they stuff him at the line. Leroy Selman, another standout for Tampa Bay, who was the first Buccaneer to go to the Hall of Fame. He makes the tackle. So, on we go. With a brief pause, and we'll set up the Tampa Bay defense. It's Selman and Logan, the defensive ends. Crowder is the nose tackle, because as Houston does, the Buccaneers play a 3-4. It is Selman and Wood, Selman being Dewey Selman and Richard Batman Wood. Lewis and Johnson are the outside linebackers. Not too bad defensive backfield for the Bucs. It's Washington and White. The safeties, Marcottney and Brown. Cedric Brown out of Kent State, as you see him right there. So a 2nd and 10 at the 35. It's Pastorini back to throw, completed to Barber, and he'll pick up 12 yards and the first down. So the Oilers move the chains, and they get their first down of the day. Tampa Bay picked up at least one on their first possession. No score, 11-11 left, opening quarter. See what the Oilers do here. The transfer is to Earl Campbell, and a gain of 2, and Batman Wood making the tackle for the Bucs. It's the 79 Bucs and the 79 Houston Oilers. Ball to 49 for a 2nd and 8 play. 4th play of the drive coming up. Pastorini handing off to Campbell. Campbell has crossed the 50 and picks up 3 yards. A 3rd and 5 situation now. As again, I get distracted by the live chat being on here. You know what I should do, and I'm going to do this real fast. Stand by, folks. I'm going to go to my live stream and just be sure that it's working. So you might hear an echo for a moment. For a 2nd and 8 play. 4th play of the drive coming up. Where's the volume? Oh, there it is. Okay, yes. Okay, I see it now. I apologize for the confusion and the replay of the sound of my voice. We're back to the game now. And it's 3rd and 5 for Houston at the 48 of Tampa Bay. Let's see what they do. Pastorini under pressure. He throws a dump off to Campbell, short of the first down. So Tampa Bay has held here. Nicely done on their part. And they now might punt on 4th and... I always watch for the fake. 4th and 1 at the 43. No fake. Houston will try to pin him. And it's out of bounds at the 14. The kick was by Parsley. Does he have a friend named Sage or Rosemary or Thyme? Anyway, Tampa Bay takes over at their own 14. 1st and 10, no score, 8:30 to go, first quarter. Ricky Bell, trapped to the left. To the weak side of the offensive line. That's good for 4 yards, and it was Bethea making the tackle for Tampa Bay. No, I'm sorry, for Houston. No Tampa Bay player wouldn't tackle his own player. Okay, so we'll go pitch right, student body left, as John McKay used to say, Ricky Bell. That's a first down, but there's a marker.
Defense. Number 78, 5-yard penalty.
My overall opinion of this game is if you liked Action PC Football 2020, you're going to like 2021. They do have a few new bells and whistles, but you don't have to use them. And you could easily set it up to play it the way you used to play it on 20. So with that being said, it's now 2nd and a yard for the Bucks after the encroachment. How about... Oh, this would be a good time to do a little play action here. We're gonna go for it. Medium fly to Isaac Hagens. See if it works. It does. It's a first down and a pickup of 20. It was Stemerick on the stop for on the stop for Houston, and it's 1st and 10 at the 43. We have 7:20 now left. We'll go double tight end, which means it'll be Childs and Obradovich in the block, maybe. Ricky Bell off tackle right. He gets close to first down yardage on first down, a pickup of 8. And this is another situation where passing could be an option. In fact, that's what I'm thinking. We're going to go Morris Owens on a medium pass. Houston playing a 3-4. Might work out. Here's the throw. Incomplete. Bounces off the hands of Morris Owens. And the Bucks now with a 3rd and 2. They have crossed into Houston territory for the second time tonight. We'll go Bell. Try to go for the high percentage play to get the first down yardage. We'll go dive Ricky Bell out of USC, who had a bright future that got cut short by illness. And he only picks up a yard on this play. It'll be 4th and a yard. Too early in the game to consider going for it. I'm just going to bring in Tom Blanchard, and I'm going to punt to the sidelines. Punt goes out of bounds at the 13, so the punt went 35. And it's 1st and 10 Houston with 5:08 left opening quarter. See what happens here as Pastorini gets under the center for the second possession for the Oilers. To give to Campbell. Campbell stopped at the line of scrimmage and he loses a yard. David Logan stones him. And it is 2nd and 11 at the 12. I'm going to let the computer make the call. We'll watch what happens. And splitting the zone was Burrow, Kenny Burrow, who wore 00, which probably would have made a very young Tom Brady very unhappy. 1st and 10 at the 24 for the Oilers. Let's see what they do on 1st and 10. It's Pastorini in the flat to Carpenter. And if you are a Carpenter, you're catching passes. 7 yards. Selman on the tackle, one of the Selmans. Can we see who it was who made the tackle? Looked like it might have been Dewey. And it is 2nd and 3 at the 31 for Houston. No score yet. 3:29 left to play. These teams did meet in 1980, and if I remember correctly, Houston won. Houston made the playoffs, but Tampa Bay fell off the wagon and went 5-11 in 1980 after going 10-6 in 1979, making their first ever playoff run. But they'd make the playoffs in 81 and 82, and then they wouldn't make the playoffs again until 1997 when they had a young coach by the name of Tony Dungy. 1st and 10 at the 34 for Houston. Houston, 6 yards. Selman again on the tackle for the Bucks, although you don't know which Selman. 2nd and 5 at the 39. A fumble, and Tampa Bay recovers. Washington. And now here's a chance for Tampa Bay to do some damage. Again, we are playing without 4 or 5 wide receiver formations because that's how they played in 79. We're going to go outside run, and we're going to go Ricky Bell. And Bell breaks a few tackles, gains 12 yards, and it's a first down for the Bucks. On first down, they move the ball now to the 28-yard line of Houston. So we'll put Davis in the block for Bell. We'll give him the ball again on a draw. But actually, we're going to change that. Quick pitch. There's the pitch. There goes Bell. He picks up 9 more yards. 25 seconds left in the opening quarter. Should have time for one more play. Maybe, maybe not. We'll go Davis on a quick dive. And no, we have reached the end of the first quarter. No score. So let's just show you quickly. No, I don't want expanded field during the video. The box score. Show you what has happened in the game thus far. Williams has gone 1 for 3, 20 yards. Pastorini a little better, 4 for 4. Bell, 7 carries and 46 yards, leading the rushers. Hagens with 1 catch for 20. Barber and Burrow each have a catch for 12. And we have not had any sacks yet in the game, and Dewey Selman has made 3 tackles. Hunt has also made 3 for Houston, who may have a problem. For faster report loading, always right-click anywhere on the any white or gray space to close this report. Okay, thank you. 2nd and 1 at the 19. We're going to go double tight end, but we're going to Obradovich on the short cross. Williams back to throw. It's off of Obradovich's hands, and it's incomplete. Hammered by Perry, which kind of disrupted the play a little bit. 3rd and a yard, ball at the 19. They'll go full house, Tampa Bay will. We got Bell, and we got Mr. Jerry Eckwood coming into the game. Let's see what he could do. A little secret weapon. Eckwood was a very big part of the 79 Bucks. Bingham was injured as the Bucks picked up that first down. 1st and 10 at the 17. We have 14:51 left to go in the second quarter. Special shout out to Scoop316, my newest subscriber who signed on with us about a mid-afternoon United States Eastern Daylight Time. How about Williams going inside for a run? He was a pretty decent runner from what I remember, and he picks up 7 yards. We are using the fatigue system so we could run Williams 3 more times. 2nd and 3 is Tampa Bay just chopping away the yardage very methodically and very patiently. It was actually a 7-yard gain for Doug Williams. Off tackle left, Ricky Bell. Heavy blitz, so we're going to screen it to Bell. And that did not work out well. Picked off by Doris. Andy Doris, and Houston now has it at their own 10. We'll look at the play again here, although the replay is a little messed up. So Houston has it, 1st and 10 at their own 10, 14 minutes left in the half. It is Pastorini. He's going to throw on 1st down deep in his own territory. Usually in that era, that was a no-no, but the pass goes 8 yards to Kenny Burrow, old 0-0, and it's now a 2nd and 2 situation. Ball at the 18. Earl Campbell, no gain. Bucks have done well to keep Campbell in check. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 2 with 13-13 left to go. And we'll see what happens here. Pastorini throws. It's complete to Burrow. And he's got 10 more yards and a 1st down for the Oilers. No score. 12:33 now left. Opening quarter. Not opening quarter. Opening half. 1st and 10 at the 28. This is Earl Campbell and a 1st down. So Campbell carrying the mail. He's at 8 carries and 20 yards on the day. 1st and 10. We're going to key on Earl Campbell here in a 3-4 set. Let's see what happens. Pastorini dropping back. Picked off by the Bucks. Dave Lewis, making the interception. And now we go back to Tampa Bay having the ball in Houston territory at the 49. No score, 11-14 left in quarter number 2. Now what I want to do is I want to set up Tampa Bay's roster, and I want to put Eckwood in the game, Jerry Eckwood. For quicker subbing, please click on the player name. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to put Eckwood in, because Eckwood, we're going to use the 3rd 2 running back, 2 wide receiver formation, and we're going to go dual back here. In fact, they have already set that up for us. And we're going to give it to Eckwood, kind of spell Ricky Bell for a little bit. 3-4 formation, coverage unknown, Tampa Bay called an audible. We're just going to leave it the way it is. And that is Eckwood. As Lindsey Nelson used to say, and Lindsey Nelson and Paul Horning used to do a lot of the Bucks games for CBS, this is Eckwood. I like Lindsey Nelson. I didn't know until a little later on, like well into the 80s or so, that Lindsey Nelson was better known as being a baseball announcer, baseball play-by-play guy. 2nd down and 8 at the 47. And he also used to love to wear the wild jackets, the sports jackets. Him and Haywood Hale Brune. Ricky Bell off tackle left. And this is no gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Bucks at the 47. They're going to have to do something here with the passing game. We're going to go medium slant to Isaac Hagans, and you'll see the man go in motion, which is a brand new wrinkle for Action PC Football 2021. Incomplete. So the Bucks have to punt. They're playing the field position game with 9:54 left in the opening half. And we're going to try the old little soft shoe here, and we're going to try to pin Houston. Go sideline punt here. Try to keep field position going our way. Not a great punt. It only goes 23 yards to the 24. So Blanchard, that kind of went off the side of his foot. So Houston takes over. We are 39 minutes and 18 seconds into this. I love this Streamlabs OBS. This is much better than OBS Studio itself. And use StreamYard for your live interviews. Because I guess you could use Zoom with the Streamlabs OBS, but StreamYard handles that way better, and that's what all of us fellow sports enthusiasts use. Okay, 1st and 10 at the Houston 24 with 9:48 left in the first half. We have no score. Kind of a playoff bowl between the runner-up teams in the 79-80 season. Of course, Pittsburgh won it all that year, defeating the LA Rams 31-19. In a game the Rams had the lead going into the fourth quarter. But 2 quick touchdowns, and that changed real fast. Logan making the tackle, Carpenter gaining 9. He's up to 2 carries and 12 yards on the day. No score, 2nd and 1 at the 33 for Houston. They try to flip the field position battle that they have been losing now for a good few minutes. Conrad Rucker coming into the game for Houston as looks like a third tight end. No, a double tight end formation they are running. Well, on 3rd and inches, I kind of have a feeling who's going to get the ball here for Houston, and I think it's going to be Earl Campbell. They give it to Campbell, and he got the first down anywho. So Houston now, with 8:12 left, they have 6 first downs to Tampa Bay's 4. Ball to 35 as I try to hold back a burp. Sorry, folks. 1st and 10 at the 35. It's going to be Campbell, and that's no gain. So Earl Campbell not having the great success he normally has playing against other teams. Tampa Bay has held him in check here so far, 11 carries for 22 yards, but Earl Campbell was one of those running backs. Only takes 1 good carry and 1 big run, and it could flip things all around. So 2nd and 10 with 7:27 left to go. It's Pastorini. He throws. It's complete to Burrow. Burrow having an exceptional day. That's his 4th catch. Yes, it is his 4th catch. And let's see what has happened. Lewis injured on the play. Coming out, his return probable. So that'll be a chink in the armor for the Buccaneers. Let's update the stats on Burrow. 4 carries for 40 yards. 3rd and inches at the 45. Again, Houston going double tight. I'm going to go 5-3 here. Focus on Campbell. They keep giving Campbell the ball. We keep trying to stop him, and they keep getting first downs. No score. 6:36 left to go. 1st and 10 at the 47. Campbell, a gain of 3 yards. Making it 2nd and 7. On the tackle was Johnson of Tampa Bay. 5:57 left. Ball exactly at midfield. Right on the Houston Oiler logo, if you could see it. Burrow, a gain of 19. Pastorini has been good all game long. He is now 8 out of 9. Tampa Bay has to figure Pastorini out. Rich Castor, formerly of the New York Jets in the early 70s, he comes in as they go, let's see here, they got Mike Renfro on the right side split end, and in the flanker, they have Castor. 5:20 to go. Ball to 31. Houston's biggest drive of the game. Campbell buries ahead for 8 yards. Tim Wilson now coming in the game. I believe it is to spell Earl. Yes. It's Wilson and Carpenter back now. 2nd and 2. You don't suppose they'd pass the ball here, would you? No, it's a give to Wilson. And Wilson, no gain. Brought down by Leroy Selman, I think. Could have been Dewey. Let's just check it again. Watch where 60. I don't know. I think it was Dewey. 3rd and 2 at the 23. Houston looking for another first down. They won't get one this time, as Carpenter was stuffed by Selman, one of the Selmans. Loss of a yard. But now, it's field goal kicking time. See what Tampa Bay can do anything about blocking this kick. It's from 41 yards. Oh, he pushed it right. That was Frisch, Tony Frisch, pushing it right. And Houston cannot get on the board. We have 2:40 left in the opening half, and we are no score. 2nd quarter, actually. By the way, if we are tied, we are not playing in overtime. We'll just leave it a tie. Trap left, Ricky Bell. It's an exhibition. No point in playing overtime in an exhibition game. A rule I wish the NFL would adopt one of these days. Bell on a trap left, stuffed by Buffet, a loss of a yard. We'll go Eckwood. We'll bring Jerry Eckwood in the game, and we're going to sweep him to the right side. Boom. That's going to be a gain of 10. We'll go to the 2-minute warning without another play being called. We'll just give a dive to Bell just in case. Yes, 2-minute warning. That last play was a gain of 10 for Jerry Eckwood. The Bucks have been doing pretty well running the ball, 15 carries and 73 yards. Houston, 18 for 46. Houston's also 8 and 9 passing, 83 yards. The Bucks only 1 for 6. Third and a yard. The way this game's been going, I'm going to play it conservative and just run the ball. Then I could call a timeout if I get a first. Pitch left, Ricky Bell. By the way, each team with all 3 timeouts left. It's Bell getting the first down, a gain of 6. We will call timeout. With 1:51 left, opening half. See, there I go again doing that. And we have no score between Tampa Bay and Houston. If you're just tuning into the live stream, I did a little preview in the earlier part of the video, the stream. So if you want to DVR your way back and watch it, and then come back live, that'd be good. So no score, ball to 39. We're going to put Eckwood out for a screen. Try to get something going for Doug Williams, who has thrown more to Houston than he has to Tampa Bay. Now he's 1 for 7. That's an incomplete pass. We'll put a man in motion, go 3 wide on 2nd and 10. And we're going to look for Isaac Higgins. Blitz coming. See if the O-line can adapt to it. Incomplete. Stemrick again on the coverage. 3rd and 10. Not a good situation for the Bucks to be in because they're kind of built to be a running team. We're going to go medium out to Larry Mucker. Incomplete. And now Doug Williams, 1 for 9 for 20 yards. 4th and 10. Blanchard coming in. He'll punt. As this is a field position game if you'll ever see one. Ellender returned it 5 yards, tackled by George Yarno, who I once saw in 1983 kick an extra point. He was a lineman, and John McKay was very infuriated with his kicker, Bill Capice from Florida State. So for the last touchdown the Bucks scored that year in a game up in the Silverdome against Detroit, George Yarno came in and kicked an extra point successfully, if I remember correctly. No score, minute 23 left. Let's see if Houston can do anything in the time provided. A sack. Now, I'm going to call a timeout here. Now, notice the displays are a little bigger on everything. I forgot to mention that as I have been doing this game. Cotney on the blitz. Successful one. 2nd down and 15. Pastorini. This time it's completed, so they get some yardage back. That's to Barber. He gained 6 yards. I'm not going to call a timeout because I suspect Houston might. They do not. Okay, so I will call timeout then instead. Okay, I'll use my last timeout here. They're showing a replay of the play. And actually, Tampa Bay did call time. That was a play that would have been run if Tampa Bay didn't call time. Minute 9 to go, 3rd and 9. Pastorini under pressure. And he threw it to Burrow, but at the same time, Washington came, drilled him. And now there's a minute 6 left for the Bucks to do something. Line of scrimmage to 25. I'm not going to block it. I'm just going to set up for a return, and I probably should have blocked it or attempted to. It is Carter making the tackle. Actually, no, I thought this was a touchdown, but it was not. Silly officials thinking Tampa Bay would score on a punt return. Because they didn't do it until well into the... Well, actually, they did it in 76. They ran a punt back in 76, I think, against the Colts. And then, oh goodness, who was the player for the Bucks that ran the kickoff back against Atlanta? I'll have to look that up after I stop doing this stream. It was Danny Reese on the punt return that they thought was a touchdown, but wasn't. A minute 2 to go. We'll try Isaac Higgins here on the medium out and 3 wide. He got it, and he got out of bounds, I think. Yes, he did, with 54 seconds left. So 2 completions now for Doug with 54 seconds left in the opening half. See, I said half that time. I said half. So we're going to go out. We're going to try to go to the sidelines with Jimmy Giles. Short out. See if Williams can go 2 in a row here. No. Incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 at the 46 with 50 seconds left. How about a medium slant to Higgins? Because they won't be expecting me to go over the middle. Williams is going to run. Gets the first down. Gain of 11. Now, can we stop the clock? Can we stop the clock real fast? Actually, back then, I don't think you could spike the ball. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go Higgins short out. Hurry up offense being deployed. He got it. Get out of bounds. Gain of 8. 24 seconds to go. Okay, now we got to head out of bounds again, and we're going to go long out. We're just going to take a shot at the downs here and go with Higgins. Incomplete. We're now down to 15 seconds. 3rd and 2. Owens. Medium out. Can he get out of bounds? No, he can't. Actually, he couldn't catch it. 4th and 2 with 10 seconds left, just in time. Neil O'Donoghue coming on to try a 44-yarder. Might be out of his range. And it is. No good. 7 seconds left. And we'll see what the Oilers do employ here. I'm just going to look for a long pass with playing a 4-2 nickel. Campbell, no gain. And they will not run a play. End of the half. No score between Houston and Tampa Bay. And I will come back on camera here for a moment. Hope you all are enjoying this unboxing of Action PC Football 2021. Wanted to get this out of the way, let everybody try to see it on tape. And I am also using for the first time OBS, what is it called? The Streamlabs OBS. That's it. See, it's so new to me, I don't even know its name yet. So we're using Streamlabs of OBS for the first time. Hope you are all enjoying the new look. And now we'll get you back to the game. No score, Tampa Bay and Houston. But you've heard me say that a few times. Houston has 130 yards, Tampa Bay 134. Houston has run 30 plays, Tampa Bay has run 31. And Williams is having a rather dismal day. 3 for 14, 44 yards. 2 interceptions. Pastorini, 9 for 11, 89 yards. He has thrown 1 pick. So each team actually has had 2 interceptions, 2 turnovers in this game. So it's been very defensive. And Tampa Bay kicking off to Houston here. And if we are tied, we are not playing in overtime. We're just going to call it a tie. Ellender, Coleman, and Hartwig. We haven't had any scores, so I haven't been mentioning the return team as I usually do. Ellender, a return of 24 to the 26, and Houston sets up shop. Both teams kind of dismal on 3rd down. Tampa Bay 2 for 7, Houston 3 for 6. Houston's held the ball 17-31. Tampa Bay 12-38. Because you're counting the 9 seconds that has gone by in the 3rd quarter already. And let me just see if there's any other. Only 1 penalty in the game so far. That's also very impressive. So, Pastorini. Loss of a yard. Lewis and Wood on the late blitz. They gave it to Campbell. Off tackle behind Gray, but Wood making the tackle. Would you? Second and 11 at the Houston 25 as Houston tries to get something going here offensively. Earl Campbell, a gain of 2. 14:05 left third quarter. Ball to 27. Third and a 9. Third and a 9er coming up. Earl Campbell, gain of 10. So a dump off to Campbell finds fruit for the Oilers, and they have a first down. Pastorini's having the day that Doug Williams should be having. 10 out of 12 and 99 yards so far. No score, first and 10, ball to 37. Campbell, a nice slice there, 4 yards. Crowder making the tackle, Randy Crowder. And I was saying Tampa Bay and Houston did play each other in the regular season of 1980, and that was a Sunday afternoon game. Do you think maybe if they had better scheduling options, that would have been a Monday Night Football game? The Bucks never played on Monday Night Football until 1980, and they played on ABC twice. They beat the Rams 10-9 in a Thursday night game. Yes, they played Thursday Night Football back in 1980. Actually, they played it as early as 78, if I recall correctly. Let's watch the second and sixth play. And then they played Chicago on a Monday night in October and got beat 23-0. And McKay famously quipped that they set Monday Night Football back 100 years. On that play, Campbell gained another 4 yards. Logan got hurt. We'll be back in a few plays. 3rd and 2 at the 45. Pastorini. Gain of 3 to Carpenter. And Houston picks up another first down. Are they going to break through and get on the board here? We'll see. 11:52 left in the third. Campbell back to the line, and that's it. Tackled by Dave Logan, so he's already recovered from his injuries. 11-11. 2nd and 10 at the 48. Pastorini finds Castor, and it's another first down. Rich Castor picks up 13 yards, tackled by White. And if you're wondering who that is, it's Jarris White out of Hawaii. And that's a gain of 13. Ball now at the 39 of Tampa Bay. 1st and 10, 10:25 left to go in the third. Campbell up the middle, 3 yards, picks up tackle by Selman. Guido Merkins, who is better known for playing for the Saints, comes in at wideout. He is number 12. He's the left flanker on the bottom of your screen. And we'll just show you Mike Renfro up here top. He's a split end. 2nd and 7 at the 36. The give is to Carpenter, who picks up 10. Brown on the tackle. We should show you some of these players playing in this game. Cedric Brown. I think we have shown you him before. A 7 corner. Actually, he's a safety. And it is a 1st and 10 at the 26. Give to Campbell. Campbell, a gain of 2. He is now up to, actually, he just went out of the game, so we'll have to get back to you on his stats. Wilson coming in to spell Campbell, and it is a 2nd and 8 at the 24 of Tampa. Carpenter, a pickup of 6. So Houston having a lot of success moving the football on this drive. It's already gone 12 plays, 56 yards, taken up 6:40 of time. 3rd and 2, ball at the 18. Wilson will get the first. Pickup of 4, tackled by David Logan. And that Buccaneers defense has to be getting tired now. Got a lot of subs in. 1st and 10 at the 14. The give to Wilson. Wilson, not disappointing. He's picked up another 6 yards. So Wilson subbing gamely for Earl Campbell. It's now 2nd and 4 at the 8. Houston knocking on the door. And they were let in. Touchdown, Rob Carpenter. And Houston has taken a 6-0 lead. Hello, Al Red Sox fan. Good to see the chat working on Streamlabs OBS, which I'm using for the first time today. Extra point is good by Frisch, and it is 7-0 Tampa Bay after we went 38 minutes and 50 seconds without a score. So Houston kicking off to the Bucks. This is a 1979 exhibition game using 2021 Action PC Football. Hello, Sean D. Good to see you. We're just doing a little Action PC Football. And we're playing the Houston Oilers against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Two teams that were a game away from the Super Bowl that year. This is a nice return for Hagens from the 11 to the 34, tackled by Hartwig. And now Doug Williams, who has not been off to a good start. He's 3 for 14, 44 yards, 2 interceptions. He takes over at the 34. The forte of the Bucks in 79 was running the ball, so we're just going to try to keep doing that. Here's Ricky Bell getting it. And Bell's got a first down. Oh, he had a burst of speed, a fumble recovered by Houston and Wilson. We'll show it to you again. It looked like for a moment he might have gone to the house. And again, the replays are a little messed up, but you get the gist of it. So a big break for Houston. Houston was the first ever regular season opponent for the Bucks in 1976. They beat them 20-0. So 1st and 10. I love this new this Streamlabs because now I could do more live shows. With the old OBS, the problem was that you'd have to take the pop-up window from YouTube and paste it somewhere on your monitor and have it stayed popped up. But now, going over the Streamlabs, it takes care of that for you. So we'll probably do some more live broadcasts. Gain of 4, and that was Campbell. Campbell is now, again, we can't see the stats for Campbell. They've been taking him out quite frequently. So let me see here. If I go into options. Oh, here we go. Box score. I could show you what Campbell has done. 23 carries and 53 yards. So the Bucks have done a good job keeping him in check. Okay, and I have done something wrong here. Okay, there we go. 2nd and 6 at the 46, but the real story of the game has been Pastorini being very effective passing. And Wilson picks up another 9 yards. They can't stop Wilson. Let's show you up close and personal, as they used to say in the old days, of Tim Wilson out of Maryland. And he's done quite the job here in this game. 1st and 10 at the 37, 4:53 now left in the third. Wilson again, 2 yards. 10th tackle of the day for Richard Batman Wood. And now Houston advances to the 35 of Tampa Bay, 2nd and 8. Incomplete. Kolar was injured on that play. Bill Kolar, he's a defensive lineman. And he is out for the game. So the line now for Tampa Bay is, and they play a 3-4, or played a 3-4 in 79, Selman, Wally Chambers, and Lewis. Reggie Lewis out of North Texas. He is subbing in for Bill Kolar here. 3rd and 9? 3rd and 8, I beg your pardon. And they get Pastorini that time, Wally Chambers, who of course at one point played for the Bears, making the tackle. And it's 4th and 12 at the 39. I don't think they're going to try a fake here. First, they got to get 12 yards for the first down. And out at the 5. So the Bucks are going to be pinned. 2:48 left. In the third, it's 7-0 Tampa Bay trailing. So we're going to try to go to Jerry Eckwood here. For some reason, on the 79 team, they don't let Eckwood start. He was the second best rusher the Bucks had. So you put him in a dual backfield here, no I. And we'll go to Eckwood, but we got a marker.
False start. Offense, number 85. Repeat first down.
Owens. So it's 1st and 13 at the 2. And we'll see what the Buccaneers can do. Here's Ricky Bell. We'll try him. And another marker.
Encroachment defense.
No, they're going to get
number 69, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
the penalty against Tampa Bay was half the distance, but the penalty against Houston's going to be the full distance. So Tampa Bay kind of made out well on the deal. Going to be 1st and 8 at the 7. We have... I don't want to throw. We'll go dive play with Ricky Bell. Bell, straight ahead, 4 yards. Cuts this down in distance in half, and it's going to be 2nd and 4 on the tackle. Reinfeldt, the 10 safety on Houston from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Never heard of them. I know they probably play college basketball, but I didn't know they had a football program. 2nd and 4 at the 11. I just know blitz coming. We'll go screen to Bell. Screen to Bell. They were double tight end, one running back. Bell has it. A good gain, 9 yards. And no penalty was called. They thought there would be one initially, but not the case. 1st and 10 at the 20. Bell. Trap left. Nice gain for Bell. He hangs on to the ball that time. A pickup of 13. And it was... Who made the tackle here? It was Hunt making the tackle. So 1:06 to go. Let's get Eckwood the ball here, guys. Sweep him to the left side. This was Tampa Bay's strength, running the ball. He gets out of bounds, pick up a 5. Hunt again making the tackle. No, I don't think Hunt's first name was Mike. Darryl Hunt out of Oklahoma. 2nd and 5. Made a joke there, folks. Some of you will pick it up. Dive play. 2nd and 5 at the 38. I try not to be too serious doing this. Loss of a yard by Davis. That is Johnny Davis out of Alabama. 3rd and 6. That should be the end of the quarter. It is. We go to the 4th. And we are at 7-0 in favor of Houston. Thank you for dropping by, Al. It's good to see. It's good to see that the chat on OBS. What is this again? Streamlabs OBS is working. So it's 3rd and 6. I'm going to go to Giles on a short hitch. But this is not Tampa Bay's strength, throwing the ball. Incomplete. Curly Culp swatted that ball down. Legendary lineman for Houston and I think for Kansas City before him. So 4th and 6 and Tampa Bay has to punt. They send in Tom Blanchard. Oh, it's a block. It's a block. It's blocked by Bingham and pounced on by Washington. Houston getting all the breaks right now. They have a 7-0 lead and they have the ball at the 23 of Tampa Bay. See what they do. To Campbell. Campbell, head of steam to the 10, to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Oilers. Earl Campbell. And I told you that he was going to make an impact on this game before it was over. And it's 13-0 Houston. And that's really going to have to alter Tampa's strategy moving forward. The extra point, good by Frisch. And it is 14-0 in favor of Houston with 14:38 left to go. Ragsdale, Higgins, Davis, your return men for Tampa. And that is Ragsdale who took it 32 yards to the 35. I am toying with the idea of putting Mike Ray in because Ray was a much better thrower. Well, not a great thrower. He was 56.7 rating-wise, and Doug was 52.5. We're going to try him for a series. See if he could give the Bucks a little boost here. Slant to Isaac Higgins. Ray, formerly of the Oakland Raiders, an incomplete pass. They had, let's see here, it was Stemrick covering. And whoever the intended receiver was, he was well covered. We'll go Davis on a screen. It's caught. It's a first down, and they move it 14 yards. Nice play. 14 minutes to go. The Buccaneers need something to go good here for them. Short pass, Jerry Eckwood. Eckwood. Oh, look at all that wide open space he had. 17 yards. Brazil on the tackle. Brazil. And it is now at the 34. So the Buccaneers doing something they haven't done all game, and that is move the ball quickly. Medium fly, Jimmy Giles. See if Ray can do it again. This is a dump off to Bell. And he gained 6 yards, but Ray to the sideline. Ray was injured on the play, a stinger, and we go back to Doug Williams. Because there was no other quarterback. It was either Mike Ray played in the NFC Championship game. The Bucs lost 9-0 to Los Angeles, the Rams. This is before the Raiders moved to L.A. Ricky Bell, trap left. Blitz coming. We're going to make it a screen to Johnny Davis because that just worked a short time ago. Love the animation on this is way better. You could see where the players go, and it's not predictable whether or not the throw is going to be incomplete or not. Bethea looked like he got a hand on it. It was incomplete. So now a 3rd and 4. Giles will play the percentages and go short slant. And we're not kicking on 4th. We're going to need a first down on one of these. Oh, they go back to Ray. Ray threw it, and it's a first down at the 15. We'll try to construct what happened there. Williams called the signals. Oh, actually, no, it was Williams who threw the ball. Giles made a catch, gain of 13 yards. Reinfeld made a tackle for Houston. And it's now a 1st and 10 at the 15. Bell, trap left. Gain of 2 with 11:45 to go. Not a real hurry for the Bucs to score, but they really need something to go good for them here. Short cross to Morris Owens. Instead dumped off to Bell, and Ray doing well. A first down, and the Bucs now move to the 5-yard line. Ray is 4 for 5, 45 yards. And the Bucs moving the ball for the first time today. We're going to go Ricky Bell, and we're going to go draw. Bell back to the line, and that's it. In fact, he lost 2. 2nd and goal from the Houston 7. We're going to put Eckwood, give him the ball in a short pass. But Houston has called time. I'm just going to let the computer run a play here. I'll call it. Ray back to throw. Oh, this is not good. Intercepted. Reinfeld intercepting it in the end zone, and again, the Bucs have been stymied. Houston brings it out to the 20 because it was an interception in the end zone. And Houston now 9:59 away from an apparent win in this Big Paulie's exhibition game to christen Action PC Football 2021. Actually, I christened it earlier. Wednesday night, I played an exhibition between the 2020 Bucs and the 2020 Jets, and the Bucs won that 26-3. Logan hurt again. He will not return. Campbell picking up 4 more yards. Campbell now 25 carries and 80 yards. 2nd and 6. I follow Earl on Facebook. Gain of 8 yards. Campbell now moving to 88 on the day. Washington making the tackle. Mike Washington out of Alabama. And it is 1st and 10 at the 32. 9:36 to go. Gain of 2. Dewey Selman, his 10th tackle of the day. Earl Campbell again. So he's up to 90 yards on the day. 14-0. Houston over Tampa Bay. This game from the 79 season, although they never played each other, in 79. They would play twice in 1980. I was telling you they played in the regular season. They also played an exhibition game against each other, which Tampa Bay won in Houston. So there's that. 1st and 10 was the first preseason game of the year for both teams. 1st and 10 at the 43 to Campbell. And he's at 100 yards on the day. That 1 yard gain puts him to 100. And Tampa Bay is going to have to start thinking, when do they use their timeouts? Trailing by 14. Campbell gaining 5 more to go to 105 yards on the day. A 3rd and 4 with 6:29 left to go. See if Tampa Bay can get a stop. Wilson in. He gets the first down to pick up a 5. Wilson has had a role in this game. He has 6 carries and 26 yards when he's been spelling for Earl Campbell. 1st and 10 at the Tampa 46, 5:43 to go. This is no gain. No gain for Wilson. I always think of the guy from Home Improvement when I think of a guy named Wilson. Tim Allen's first hit show was on ABC in the 90s. 2nd and 10 at the Tampa 46. And this time it went to Wilson again. Gain of 2. Johnson on the stop. And I'm going to start burning my timeouts, because I got to get 2 scores here. And that play will not count, as Tampa called time before it took place. 3rd and 8 at the 44. Over the middle to Barber, another first down for Houston. Pastorini 13 of 16, 125 yards, but has been very accurate when he has thrown the ball. 4:08 to go. I'm going to burn another timeout. With 4:08 left. 1st and 10. Campbell. And that's another carry for him. 31 on the day for 107. I will again call timeout. Now I'm out of timeouts. See what those timeouts have done for me. 2nd and 8 at the 32. Wilson again, pickup of 2. And now I can't stop the clock. 3:57 left in the game. 14-0 Houston leading. Carpenter, 8-yard gain. And yeah, this Buccaneer defense has to be dog-tired by now, as the yards coming way easier for Houston on the ground. They did very well against Earl Campbell in the first half, but that has quietly slipped away from them. Ball to 22, 1st and 10. Carpenter, a pickup of 5. The only way Tampa can stop the clock now is the upcoming 2-minute warning, which we have now hit. 2nd and 5 at the 14. One more first down and Houston could just run out the clock. 2nd and 5. And that's Carpenter gaining 2. 3rd and 3 for the Oilers with 1:55 left, and they are just going to let that clock go down to 1 second on the play clock before they call another play. Blitz coming, or so it appeared. Oh, they threw it. They threw it to Burrow. Well, that was a surprise, because like I said, all they have to do is keep running, and you're going to run that clock down. So Frisch in for a 32-yarder with 1:13 to go. No, wide left. And Mike Ray is going to get another shot here. We're going to keep him in. He could be used for 24 more passes. So we're just going to do sideline routes. This is Hagens. Hagens a medium
Illegal
out.
motion.
But
Offense, number 38, 5-yard penalty.
they get Davis for illegal motion. We're going to go, let's see here, long out to Hagens. They'll be like, oh, and there's a sack. There's a sack and a loss of 6. Washington on the sack for Houston. We're going to go hurry up. We're going to go medium pass. And we're going to go Hagens. Incomplete. Realistically, there's no real chance the Bucks are going to do something here. Medium out to Higgins again. That's complete, and it'll be short of the first, but he picked up 14 yards. So this is it for the Bucks, 4th and 7. Ray is 5 for 8, one interception, 59 yards. We've had 6 turnovers in this game, and the Bucks have had 4 of them. So we're just going to let it all hang out and go long. And we're going to go to Owens. Yes, I want to call this play. Deep and loose. We'll go medium slant to Mucker then. What the hell? And it's going to be another turnover for Houston, their 5th of the day. Bingham, his first pick of the game. And now it's academic. All Tampa Bay, Houston has to do is take a knee, which they might not have been able to do under the rules of 1979. Gain of 2 for Carpenter, and now it is over. And the Bucks fall 14-0 to the Oilers. Wondering who the player of the game was. Earl Campbell. Okay. Player stats look a little different in this version. Bell did not have a bad game for Tampa Bay. 15 carries, 84 yards. Dewey, Selman, and Richard Wood had 12 tackles each for Tampa. 1 sack by Chambers and 1 sack by Washington. And the best tackler was Hunt for Houston, 9 on the day. So, thank you very much for all of you who have dropped by. Al Red Sox fan, I thank you very much for stopping by, sir. Sean D., you as well. And we're probably going to be doing more live broadcasts on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims channel moving forward, depending on how well this came out. And I have no doubt that it came out well. Streamlabs OBS, if you're using OBS Studio, as I have the past year for the most part, go get this. It incorporates the OBS Studio settings, and it adds a few more bells and whistles. So that's it for today on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims channel. We will be back tomorrow with the Big Paulie's Fight Night, Glory Days Boxing, and then Sunday we will be doing OOTP Baseball, and beyond that I don't know. Thank you all for dropping by. Godspeed and God bless, as I